Hey guys, so I've had a chance to get to level 50, play for a couple days, and I've been playing with a group of guys, been running around, doing missions, mostly, completing like story arcs and stuff, doing arch villains, and had a chance to go into +4 and do that. Definitely challenging content. I think we're going to end up doing the raids too eventually. So anyways, I wanted to go over the spec. I've made some tweaks since I played the game, you know, back when it was out. The build is super strength and vulnerability, and I think, you know, super strength is good because our build's gonna be revolving around foot stomping for AoE, scaling that damage up through Fury, and then single targeting down targets while you're AoE stomping everything. And you can fill the role of, I would say, mission, main tank. The arch villains get a little bit crazy. You can use the unstoppable cooldown and burnout to cycle through unstoppable a couple, a few times faster. And I've been able to maintain some of the arch villains, but certainly it's, a role that tanker can fill much better. So anyways, I'll just start going through some of the stuff. So you can see that, veteran rank 6, this just means that I've leveled past 50, and all you get is that inspiration buff as you level past. And there's some titles associated with that, which is pretty cool. And so you see I've got some set bonuses I've started accumulating in my invention origin enhancements. And I think, let's see, I'm just going to go into the powers right here. And actually, I think in the enhancements, it's probably going to be, yeah, here we go. This is a lot better. So essentially what you're going to want is on your main primary sources of damage, so foot stomp, knockout blow, haymaker, punch. I want those 6 slot because I'm going to be cycling in as many melee damage set bonuses, and those are my primary moves. I mean, I'm pushing those buttons all the time as they're cycling around. And all of the damage ones that are slick slot will follow the same type of slotting. So you're going to get diminished returns after you slot 3. Once they get to a high enough power level, you'll want at least 130% accuracy. I think it's 33% for melee moves and maybe range too. And then also it might be 66% for pets. So I'm not positive on that one. And then, endurance reduction, you can do 1 or 2. This is a filler. This is going to change anyways. I think this was just as I was leveling. You notice some of these are level 25, 40, 15. As I was leveling up, I was chipping away at slotting these, and I would put them in every once in a while because those will stay with you as you level. The invention, the crafted ones. Now these ones they won't stay with you when you level. You level past them after a certain point. It might be like 5 or 6 levels. I forget exactly. Okay, so taunt, you just need increased range. That's it. Rage, just one of these will do. It'll cycle back in time. Hurl, this is just for PvP, so I can knock people out of the air when they're flying. Just need increased range. You can actually have Hurl in your damage rotation too, I might say, but I have laser beam eyes that is slotted for the defense debuff. So for the passives, you're only going to have one type that you can slot in, so you're going to get diminished returns after 3. So the logic would follow that you just at most would slot 3 in those, unless you were really aiming for some kind of set bonus and you had extra slots to throw in, but really it's going to get diminished returns. I would only advise against 3. This is the same principle, but you're going to want that endurance reduction because it's a toggle. You can even go 1 more, but I wanted to kind of maximize the effectiveness that I would get. This is another passive. This is another toggle. This is another passive. This I wanted to get access to at least 2 full 6-piece bonus healing ones. So, and actually I might do 3 and 3, endurance and then healing for that. This is Numina's. Numina's is a good set. It's one of the ones that I like. And then recharge reduction to filler. Invincibility is a toggle, but this toggle is a good toggle. So I wanted to maximize that. I also wanted to get access to one of the defense 6-piece sets. Here's Tough Hide, that's a passive. Unstoppable, primary cooldown. we're gonna want to fully slot that bad boy up. 3 reduction to cooldown 3 of the defense, because now that buffs it up to 82.92% reduction to all damage except psionic. Up here, stamina standard 3 slot. Might be able to 2 slot it. Not sure. Haven't tested it further. I think it's 3 slot you'll want. Combat jumping is like 0.026 per, power per second. It's super cheap. You don't need to slot, even though it's a toggle, you don't need to slot anything. It's already really cheap, so just slot 3 of the damage. Follows the same logic as the passives. Hasten, you just want, 3 cooldown reductions, the only slot that you can do in there. And this one you want it back on cooldown as fast as you can, so 3 slot that. Super speed, I run super speed and super jump. That's old PvP tactic. And it's the best way to get around in all situations, in my opinion. And fly in PvP, you're just going to get knocked out of the air. I went energy mastery so that I could get... I just put 1 slot for the... so I could get to these 2. Actually, I think mainly this one. Physical perfection, I'm still running tests with it, but it seems pretty good. It's overall regeneration rate, endurance rate, recovery. It's real good. Laser beam Ives, I've found it works pretty well in a single target rotation. It benefits the full group because this is minus 31% defense on the target when I laser beam them with my eyes. It's sweet. And it gives me access. Look at all of these different set bonuses I have access to. I can just pick which one I want to slot in that 6th slot, and then I can get all of, there's a lot of different types of those set bonuses I want to tap into. I'm particularly interested in the resistance to psionic because there's no other place that I can get that. And this one I'm going to get, another something like this. Like this is a healing 6 piece I'm going to get, and I don't know, I might do 3 and 3. So we'll see. And I also have the Incarnate, and this is just from playing missions at level 50. And you play through all the missions, do the archvillain, you do the story arcs and stuff. I was just playing the game, and you'll unlock it. You'll unlock the ability to get. I think you may get like a drop or salvage or something, and then it makes it so that you can get it. I wasn't sure exactly the mechanism that unlocked it for me, but I was able to start getting the experience for my Incarnate abilities, and now it's just almost like patrol experience. I'm getting it, and it's filling these bars, and then that unlocks a slot, and it's blank. So you got to go to create, and it starts with the alpha. I wanted damage increase pathway. There's other different ones. But you start at the bottom. I didn't know that, so I was confused. But you start at the bottom, and this bottom one, you'll see it doesn't need a recipe. It just needs 3 ingredients to craft. So you craft that, and then you've got this thing that is now moving up, and you're powering that token up as it goes. And you choose which stage you want it to stay at by crafting all these things. And then you place it inside your character or whatever. And the ingredients are all over here. You'll be getting these Incarnate shards as you level through 50. And then it trickles down in how you craft those. Okay, so I chose increased damage. My guy's kind of like a cosmological dude, from space, universe, void of space. So I want to go void. It's a void AoE. I'll show it when I go to do gameplay in a sec. This one you can actually have some kind of cool options. I think I chose the resist damage debuff and fire dot. It sounded cool. And this is just the damage buff. Alright, so I just picked up, I set it to, notoriety is at +2, and turned off archvillains because it's kind of pointless when you're solo. They have such an insane regeneration. You basically need an entire team. I think they were just designed to not be solo. You actually might be able to solo them when you get really crazy gear. I'm not to that point yet. Or at least maybe there are particular archvillains that are weaker than the other ones. But I put on, now it's just going to be elite bosses. I just wanted to take this out in a +2. I just picked a radio mission to showcase its spec. I've got my toggles on. Do that rest of the XP. Oh, I forgot to mention burnout. So I've been running tests with burnout. It's in the speed tree. And I've been getting some pretty good results. Basically, when I'm in a group and I'm either main tanking or I'm running in, a lot of pressure's coming on me, I'm going to be running Unstoppable quite a lot in the +4, on the +4 runs with Archvillains and stuff. Like, there's some crazy damage going out. So I'll be running Unstoppable, and there's clutch times where everything's down, or, you know, Unstoppable's down and I just to cool down and somebody pulls another group, and all I do is I click burnout and all my moves are refreshed with very minimal consequence to me. It's like takes some endurance away, and then it nerfs your endurance, I think, a little bit once it cools down. Yeah, -25. Okay, well, that might not be when you cool down. Anyways, it's not something I used in the original game, and it's actually, it's working out quite well. So I always buff up with Hasten first. Oh, wait. And then Rage. And we're just gonna, oh, these guys are just gonna be nice and easy. We're just gonna warm up on these guys. I mean, that guy got one shot, but whatever. So now he's debuffed. You can see that, and he's running already. I mean, later. I'm gonna see if I can get some. This is just looping back. What's up, guys? How's it going? Knocked out. Yeah, so really, really, these any enemy is gonna get absolutely obliterated right now. So I want to see if I can instigate. We'll go. I'm just gonna go to the boss at the end. I'll come up with something for an Archvillain eventually, solo. All right, let's do the Void. Ready? So I'm gonna knock down, and then do the Void explosion. Woo! Oh, you're still alive, huh? Okay, now he's dead. All right. These guys. Oh, there's that fire. I think that's a dot that I just put on him. Laser beam that guy. Oh yeah, he's dead. And I actually think that these guys might be resistant to smashing too. So we're primarily, that's one of the downsides people would say to super strength, but you know, you'll still be able to push the numbers high. There is a lot of resistances. I mean, smashing and lethal is the most common resistance type. Psionic's the one that's gonna, you know. Okay, so Rage just went on cooldown, watch. So now the damage is gonna be really nerfed. You see that? The damage, and it still hit him for 57. Alright, so I'm gonna bust Rage again. Okay. Alright, so now the Rage cooldown is off, because I'm hitting for normal numbers. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, these are just that's just punch and knockout blow. Look at how hard that's hitting. All right, what's going on over here, guys? Huh? We got like a werewolf? What are you guys doing over here? Yeah, he's dead. How about you? Laser beam eyes? Oh. Yeah. So this is a +2 at level 50. But I'm solo. So it's not exactly... Oh, what's this guy? Oh, this is the boss. Alright, so let's see what the boss can do. Let's see if I have to bust Unstoppable. Okay, I'm busting... all I did was Dull Pain. I'm just going to use 2 of these inspirations. Still haven't used Unstoppable or anything. I really try and save that, unless I'm main tanking or something and it's getting real crazy. Okay, so it looks like we're good. I'm just going to use one more knockout blow after this. Is it going to be back up? Yeah. Alright, 517 plus... I mean, so the Rage was scaling up, and I feel like I might have been able to do a little bit harder. Anyways, so that's an overview of the build, and what I can do is I'll show a little bit more dynamic gameplay, I think, when I'm in a full group situation, it's sometimes hard to see what's going on when you've got a lot of group, like where your benefit and what you're contributing to it is. But I was doing a lot of main tanking in some of the mission groups the other day. So I definitely will be able to showcase some of that. Anyways, so thanks for joining. If you have any questions, pop a comment and I'll try and respond. Thanks.